Big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm P-P-P-Love, time to bring the bass bird. Swear I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the limes in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even get a vine in. Straight with the money, we aligned in. Tell me how they broke, tryna chime in. Jesus watching over, he in diamonds. He the only reason why I do not get violent. Ay, cause he gave me patience. Ay, swear that all makes sense. Ay, when you making bands, can make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like Ray-Bans. Got a bad little shorty wasting. And I own it, I ain't gotta pay rent. Ay, I know we the ones that ain't them. Pull both hands together and I'm saying amen. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Know the shit, they was hating, know they sick. Acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick. Acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going bigger. Postmates how I deliver. Cool it down, let it simmer. Ay, see him mad, got him bitter. Can't stop the shine with a dimmer. Only what I give her, and she let her call me baby, but I do not need a sitter. See me dip, yeah, I'm saucing. People at the bank see me often. Let the money run, it's a faucet. She gave me the that's a faucet. Took over the game, now we all in. I was down in the chips, then went all in. Throwing up the game, ain't no vomit. Make my mama stop working, that's the promise. Going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm P-P-P-Love, time to bring the bass bird.
Just a beautiful afternoon for football, Coach. They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerge from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Ready, 5-8, 5-8. Mike is 59, Mike is 59. I got one. Switch. He's coming.
A run for Tony Pollard, the Memphis product. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Hey, easy. You killed. Mike, 58, right there. Hey, let go. Here we go. Ready,
from the 31, Brees. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 55 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
46. Push him back. Hey,
working from the gun, it's Brees. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Give the sack to Aaron Lynch, the former USF Bull. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How are they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
Check.
Throwing on second and long. Brees. And this is caught at the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
In his 13th NFL season now, Ted Ginn, still a reliable target for Drew Brees. 787 yards in 2017, just 5 games last year due to injuries, but he still has the wheels.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down.
Kill. You're good. Ready.
Brees now to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
But they took the shot, didn't get it, and there's definitely a difference here because they had a chance to get 7, maybe 8 if they pushed it. Instead, they'll likely settle for 3.
Yeah, opening drive, holding him to 3 psychologically, maybe a win for the defense. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Melvin Gordon, the 2-time Pro Bowler. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Now it's Trubisky. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Kill. Hey, box truck. Over. Don't get nervous.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. He'll let it fly in the direction again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly, read the football, and went and made the interception.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They trail 3-0 after the INT last time led to a field goal, but now another fresh start here, 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
He's thrown 1 interception already, and that doesn't necessarily mean the rest of the game is going to go like that. But it does seem that he's a little bit off in his approach to this one.
Yeah, it does, and that was a risky throw right there.
Got to be careful about taking care of the ball, making sure you get back within yourself. I mean, those mechanics that they work on.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. We'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 sets, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes...
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Mike Evans, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. A sensational one-handed grab in the end zone for the score. Looked like you at the Davis Turkey Bowl every year in the backyard in Orlando, Florida.
Oh, you're so kind. That's definitely in my mind. But how about this? They always tell guys going after the ball, the receivers especially, you got to have a single-minded obsession to go get it. How about going up with a single hand? That's much better than what we just saw there.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here, 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's Trubisky to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Open man, there is Patterson, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. Now Gordon on first down. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the ball.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Trey Hendrickson able to record his 5th sack of the season. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Cameron Jordan, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just in a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Here we go, here we go.
Let's go right here.
58. Kill.
Breeze now on first down. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Breeze. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. And the drive starts with a completion, left side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. A slot receiver.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Got you, boy. I got you.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A Chicago 1st down, the former Jag Allen Robinson on the catch from Trubisky. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch tight end.
They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Here's Gordon. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving him a whole lot of credit, thanking him for that much space to rumble.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 20-yard line. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. 1st and 10 right at the 20. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Again, it's Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. Now on 2nd and 13. Breeze. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Let's break it down, fellas. Break it down. Kill. You're good. 5-4. Ready. Easy.
Shotgun now for Breeze. And Ginn's got it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down.
Kill. 11.
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this 1st half. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Breeze now to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. That's caught inside the 20. And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Breeze. And this is going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Over the middle, he gets it to Patterson. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, the rookie from Florida. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the 1st half.
Hey, let's go! Interception all day, baby! Yeah!
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. One receiver left, two to the right. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal?
58, Mike, 58.
Now Breeze. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Breeze. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Khalil Mack in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Mike, 58, right there.
Breeze now on 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And Lutz's kick is good. And the lead stretches. 16-3 now. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said does. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts him in a pretty good spot. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Trey Hendrickson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Trubisky to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Cameron Jordan in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Here's Ginn. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
That was 2nd down run for Murray. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
Spons, under. Spons, 5'9". Hey, Charlie.
Snap comes in 1. And now Breeze. Airing this one out for Evans. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Eddie Jackson picks it. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From the 25 on second down, Trubisky. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he comes back with one complete. Well, that'll get them the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Trubisky will throw. Flushed out right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. Demario Davis, who was the Saints' leading tackler in his first year in New Orleans, in on the stop.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. This is Gordon as they go to him again. Room here to run. And he will be marked down inside of New Orleans 10. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Saints' 6-yard line. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now, because is he rewarding himself for a great run, or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Allen Robinson, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will shrink to 6. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. What we got? Shit.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
95-56, 95-56. Over. Kill. Easy, opposite.
36. Big gas. Out.
They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. 16 yards, a first down.
And we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. He's got his tight end, Burton. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now it's Trubisky. Dancing to his left. This is Gabriel out on the left side. No gain, and it's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Back to the air, Trubisky after the pick 6. To Gordon, out left. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky to throw. Flush to his right, and that is incomplete here.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Trubisky. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 35. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Escaping the pressure right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Was that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Throwing here, Trubisky. And now here is another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. There he goes left side. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they...
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Tony Pollard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Lutz good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now Trubisky. That escapes the sack. Eluding and a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Jordan, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back.
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Cameron Jordan, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Now it's Ginn. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to...
It's caught at the 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Brees going to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Getting a hand in there and knocking it away, Eddie Jackson. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
We're good. I'm full. Ready.
Now Brees. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Mike Evans, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And it's a fumble. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Check. Sammy.
Brees is looking to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just wonder. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. To try again after the sack. Trubisky. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears long.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Troy Apke. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Kill.
So after the INT, it's Brees. Now Brees lost the football. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with 2nd and very long. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for New Orleans, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they can't quite seem to turn